Okay, now that we have gone and had a look at everything, let's have a look at how to book a match. Now, depending on when you're watching this video and what clubs are closest to you, will be here as default in the book courts option. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Now, the first thing that you will notice is that if you've set up any form of an in-house account with that particular club, you will have a total in the top right hand corner every time you use it for a booking or an event or even in store, right? When you're at the club, that will then deduct from the total that you have in credit. All right, same thing, being able to navigate to that club's particular events, tournaments, things it has on, you can all do from this club profile. Now, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and create our first booking. So we're going to have a look at when we want to book. So we're going to go book the 1st of January. How long do we want to book for? 90 minutes, 120 minutes. We're going to choose 90 today. All right, court 1, let's have a look at when I can book in. All right, court 1's getting pretty busy. Let's go to court 2. I can book that at 2 p.m. on the 1st. Now, in terms of making this an open match, when we did the overview video, you would have seen that there was a bunch of open matches in there. If I want this match to be available for everybody to see and book in, I just click on that and then I can make it a open match. I can select the ratings that I want to be in that allow into the game, okay? And if I want it to be a friendly, which means that none of the levelings or rankings will be affected from each of the players, then I can select friendly. But default wise, you want to do that because that's how you're going to increase or improve your level throughout all of the matches that you're going to have. If I want to create a chat, I can do that just by clicking on here as well. And then that way, if people are running late or we need to communicate as a group, we can do that. The other option that you've got here is approve players before allowing them to join. Okay, if you want to be able to approve the players, you want to tick on that. Otherwise, if they go and click to join that particular open match, they'll be able to join that without your approval. So it's often one that people want to make sure they have the option to decide. You've got all players, men only or women only. The other thing is that if this is your first booking at a club, you will need to sign the liability waiver, which is a very easy process. Once you've done it once at each club that you are part of, it will be their default ticked for you. Okay, now you've got your fee there. Click on book the court. There's a booking conflict because I made a previous booking, so let's choose a later time. All right, click on that. Okay, now when you are sitting in here, it's just a matter of choosing payment method. Now, depending on that particular club, whether they have a card on file option, whether they have in-house account or whether they accept cash, you'll be able to select any of those options here when you create your booking. I'm just going to select cash to make it easy. You'll see at the moment, this is my particular slot fee. There's 3 slots available. If I wanted to pay for the entire court, I could click on that as well. I need to go ahead and click and confirm the booking cancellation policy. Then I can go and check out. All right, once that's done, match is all set. Now, what I want to do is potentially invite my buddy to play with me. So I can come here to the invite and I can get straight away to that friend list that I showed you again in the overview video. And I can select and invite that particular friend to this match. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invite Pete. All right, and you'll see invitation is sent. If I wanted to play against Pete, I could have set him on the other spots, right? The other 2 spots, like my opponent's spots. I can also click on the change teams at any point and change who's playing with who and on what side, okay? Once Pete receives that, all right, he can click on it, he can go through the checkout process, and then I will get a notification that Pete has accepted my invite to the match, okay? So all of that lives in there right now. Now, let's say that you get out of here, you've got your booking, but you can't remember when your matches, okay? You want to come down to the bottom 2 matches. You want to go to my matches, okay? And I actually made this booking, so I'm going to be able to see all of my bookings here. Now, this is the other one that I had before that was a conflict. So just to show you how easy the process is, I can click on this and I can just go, do you know what? I'm going to delete that match because we're going to play at 2 o'clock now. Okay, and then you can see that that's my new match now that's there at 4:30 p.m. Okay, any of my past matches will all live there as well, which as I showed you again in the overview video. So In terms of being able to see your match, being able to invite other people, anybody who's invited to this match now can click on the available slots and add them to the match, and again you have the choice to approve them or not approve them. And then once you've played this match, you can then come in here, and once it's past the match time, you'll be able to enter in the score of that match, and again that will affect your leveling and your rating if you have allowed it to stay as a competitive match.